Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here, friends. This is going to be an AI video, so if you're a genomics fan, not interested in AI, I'm telling you up front, this is AI video. I'm going to talk about Nvidia today. And the question basically is, will Nvidia stock recover and reach its previous heights? So a kind of deep dive from my side. I have scanned everything that has been written about Nvidia, made my own notes on all the points that I thought were credible, both positive and negative, and the result is this video which I present to you. So let's get started. Welcome back, friends. So Nvidia reached its peak and then it had a huge drop, and now it is on its way back up again. But the question that most Nvidia investors are asking is it a good time to invest? Or are we catching a falling knife, or is it a trap? So to answer this question, we must first explore the factors that could be dragging the stock down, and then the reasons why Nvidia might once again defy expectations and rally. And then looking on the balance of the things, we can probably have a more informed decision on whether to invest in Nvidia or not. And again, this is my personal opinion, not financial advice, so please don't mistake it for financial advice. Let us first look at the factors dragging down Nvidia's stock. There are several negative reports and external pressures that have recently weighed on Nvidia's stock, potentially dragging it down. The first was Supermicro's disappointing margins when they reported, and that immediately put a negative spell on Nvidia, and while SMCI dropped, so did Nvidia. And basically because investors are thinking they're all interconnected. I would love them to be interconnected when it's going to benefit Nvidia, and probably I may not love them if the interconnection is not benefiting Nvidia, so there will be a personal bias in there, but I'm putting it out there for you to evaluate. Then there are potential delays in Nvidia's Blackwell chip series. Reports surfaced about a design flaw in Nvidia's most advanced Blackwell chip series, possibly delaying its launch, although Nvidia confirmed that production is still expected to ramp up in the second half of 2024. The uncertainty has injected volatility into the stock. That's my understanding. And also there is news of an antitrust probe that Nvidia is under scrutiny for its sales practices related to AI chips. This antitrust investigation could pose significant legal and financial risks, making investors wary. Another factor that I'm personally also feeling is the nervousness due to Nvidia's high valuation. Of course, that nervousness has reduced quite a bit since the valuation dropped, the pricing dropped. But given the stock's recent meteoric rise, many investors had felt that probably further increase could not be possible, and maybe there'll be profit taking and the share price will fall. And fall it did, but now it's on its rise again. There is also this talk about more restrictions on exports. The US-China rivalry has intensified, leading to stricter export controls on AI technology, and Nvidia is a major supplier of AI chips to China, and it could face reduced sales in one of its key markets. But on the positive side, I'll also mention that they are working on a version that can be shipped to China. So that kind of takes care of it. And then we have a possibility that some big institutional holders or hedge funds might have probably sold Nvidia to realize profits in order to handle margin calls, especially if they were involved in yen trades or something like that. So they might have been forced to take profits from Nvidia, and they may be flocking back again. That could be the positive side. When they come back again to buy, that could push the share price up. Now, I have some reasons why I think Nvidia could probably beat expectations and rally. And I think one of the important factor could be, if we look into the past, the track record of exceeding growth expectations is part of Nvidia's DNA. Nvidia has a history of surpassing growth expectations. For example, last quarter they reported record revenues of 26 billion, which was a 262% increase from the previous year, with its core data center revenues surging by 427%. This strong performance indicates that Nvidia has the momentum to continue delivering impressive results. And then, of course, we are looking at the increased capital expenditure by key customers like NVIDIA's major customers like Alphabet, Microsoft, Meta, and Amazon, to name a few. They're all planning significant increases in their capital expenditures to support AI-related infrastructure. These companies, which account for 40% of NVIDIA's revenue, are investing heavily in generative AI, a key driver for NVIDIA's growth. Leading market share and innovation has been a trend for NVIDIA because NVIDIA maintains a dominant position in the AI chip market with more than 85% of market share as of the first quarter of 2024. And its continuous innovation, particularly with the upcoming Blackwell platform, positions the company to stay ahead of competitors and capitalize on growing demand for AI technology. Especially the innovations in Blackwell reduce the power consumption, and that's a very big plus point for AI. And that's coming from NVIDIA as part of its innovation. And of course, NVIDIA's financial health is robust with a cash balance of $31.44 billion, significantly higher than its debt levels. The company generated $15.34 billion in net cash from operating activities last quarter, underscoring its ability to invest in future growth. So I'm thinking that based on all those aspects and based on the industry leadership, based on the fact that Blackwell series is going to save tremendous amount of power consumption. So I'm thinking that all those big clients of NVIDIA who are planning to do CapEx with AI chips are going to put the money in. And the analysts are thinking that NVIDIA will announce an EPS of somewhere between 59 cents to 64 cents in EPS, and a revenue of somewhere between $25 to $28.6 billion for the quarter ending July 2024. If NVIDIA meets or exceeds this expectation and also raises its guidance, the stock could soar on August 28th when they make the announcement. So that's the big question. Are they going to be able to pull another rabbit from the hat? That's the question that we need to answer. Next, I would like to talk a little bit about how NVIDIA has built a moat around itself and it's protecting its leadership. And I think one of the major aspects of that moat, or the major component of the moat, is the CUDA software ecosystem, which developers have relied on for over a decade. And it forms a significant barrier to entry for competitors. This long-standing industry partnership has created a moat around NVIDIA, making it difficult for other companies to gain significant market share. And also continuous innovation with Blackwell and beyond is going to be a key for NVIDIA's leadership. NVIDIA's upcoming Blackwell platform is set to enter full production in the second half of 2024 as per their earlier quarter announcement. And we are already in the second half of 2024, and I'm expecting that we're going to see some numbers about Blackwell, and it promises to have significant improvements in cost and energy efficiency. So maybe we'll hear a few testaments to that. And the Blackwell chips are designed to cut costs by up to 25 times for training large AI models, which could solidify NVIDIA's leadership in the AI market. Moreover, the company is already working on Blackwell's successor Rubin, set for a 2026 launch, ensuring that it stays ahead of technological trends. And the nearest competitor, I think, is very far away. So it's NVIDIA's leadership to lose. And I think they are not planning to lose anytime soon because they are keeping up the pace. And also they have strategic partnership in the ecosystem for expansion. And I think NVIDIA is expanding its partnership ecosystem across the technology stack to support AI-driven digital transformation initiatives. This includes developing a robust software ecosystem and leveraging its NVIDIA AI Foundry to maintain a competitive edge. Now, coming to the big factor that had put a drag on NVIDIA before, the China market, right? In response to export restrictions, NVIDIA is reportedly developing an export-compliant version of its most powerful GPU for the Chinese market. This strategic move could mitigate some of the risk associated with geopolitical tensions and preserve its market share in China. And at the same time, I'd also like to mention that none of the others like AMD or anybody else can go to China and overcome those barriers set up by the US government. So the problem is common for all chip makers, but I think NVIDIA is best positioned to overcome that problem by being able to design a specific chip and have enough margins to make that specialized chip for China. That said, I think NVIDIA is exploring new frontiers such as humanoid AI robots, an era with significant growth potential when robotics is married with AI and with battery technology. Right? So that's going to be a new revolution. With over 1 million robotics developers in NVIDIA's CUDA ecosystem, the company is well positioned to lead in this emerging market segment as well. So I would say in conclusion, while NVIDIA stock is currently facing several headwinds, the company's strong fundamentals, track record of exceeding expectations, and the strategic initiatives suggest that it has the potential to recover and rally, and investors should weigh the risks against the opportunities and consider whether NVIDIA's long-term growth prospects align with their investment goals. The upcoming earnings report on August 28 could be a pivotal moment, offering insights into whether NVIDIA will once again beat expectations and solidify its position as a leader in AI industry. And I would suggest one step further, like as an investor, what I do is I'm looking at my overall portfolio size and allocation, and I'm then looking at NVIDIA and I'm saying, am I overexposed to NVIDIA, or do I have underexposure to NVIDIA, or am I right size? Because for example, I dabble in FNGU. FNGU has got NVIDIA. So if I'm going to continue with FNGU, do I want to actually invest in NVIDIA? That's the question I will ask myself, and I suppose that any investor has to ask that question, whether they are overexposed in NVIDIA before buying NVIDIA, or whether they are underexposed to NVIDIA before buying NVIDIA, right? So that's another layer of validation I think one has to put on before buying NVIDIA. So I'm thinking personally, I feel that NVIDIA is still a leader, it's the top dog, and on August 28, I would expect fireworks, because we are just at the beginning of the AI journey and a lot of innovations are down the track, and NVIDIA by far is the leader in AI chips. So I'm gunning for NVIDIA. I'm going to invest more in NVIDIA, and I'll keep coming back to you with more videos on NVIDIA. So I would like to invite your feedback. You guys are also investors and you're investing in NVIDIA, AMD and other chip companies, and also following the news across the industry. Please put your comments in here and let me know if I have missed any points, or if you agree with some of the points that I had out here. I'm going to be a buyer. Let me know what's your approach. Are you going to be a seller, or are you going to buy, or are you going to just watch, or are you going to go for exposure in an ETF which includes NVIDIA and other semiconductor chips, because you're bullish on semiconductors as a whole and AI chips as a whole. So with that, my friends, I'd like to bring this video to an end. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.